Hey everyone, what is up? Welcome to the last video of Fate Zero. I almost said Stay Night, I gotta be honest. Um, anyways, today we're doing the last 4 episodes. It's been quite a journey. I hope you guys have been enjoying it. I've been enjoying it. I'm looking forward to finishing it up. Um, I've gone through most of this journey in the past 24 hours so that I can get the whole thing to you while I'm out on vacation. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. But anyways, let's talk about what we're going to be jumping into, right? In the last episodes, the biggest things was Ryder losing his chariot in a duel with Saber. I think got Excalibur blasted. And on top of that, we had, Karya. Karya was manipulated by Kirei into going into that church where Tokiomi's body was. And then Aoi, where Aoi Tosaka, right, followed right behind. And he ended up killing her, and Kirai's just relishing in this despair, and it's just, Karya, I feel like he's gonna make an extremely bold move, is what I'm feeling. Like, he has to, right? The ally he thought he had just let him into that trap, right? So he's alone again, right? Without much time, and he's just killed Aoi. Literally killed his dream of Aoi, him, Sakura, and Rin getting to just be at that park again, man. He personally just killed it, and I feel like he's gonna go berserk because of this. But either way, I'm looking forward to seeing this, man. For those of you who are following along, make sure to use the Blu-ray version if you have access to it. I believe US Netflix has the Blu-ray version at the time of recording. I can't guarantee they will still have it, or they might not even have it to begin with, but the episode length seemed to match up, so I think they do. It could still be censored though, but still, it's better than not having the Blu-ray. Anyways, that was a bit of a tangent. We're gonna go ahead and begin the countdown. We go from 5 down to go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. All right, beginning the last set of episodes, man. What's up, Waver? Boy, had to walk all the way home. Yeah, Ryder, get in spirit form. You caught a fat L. That boy just chilling up there. This boy's tired enough. Unlucky Waver. You thought. I mean, can't hurt. Love this OP, man. This OP is so fire. I just can't say enough. This OP is so good. So was the first one. I don't know which one I like more. I'd have to listen to them back to back. They have different vibes. I like the lyrics of this one a lot, and the art really is fantastic too. And even just the Japanese singing is beautiful as well. Like, I wouldn't even have to know what the lyrics are saying to love this, man. Love that OP. I can't say it enough. I say that like anytime I look at OP. I will say it every single time. I promise you. Oh, that boy got the spots. You can see it coming up on the horizon. About to get a serious talk with his fake grandpa. That spell kind of fell. This boy treat this man is treating you so well. You're not even your grandpa. It's just kind of vile, but wait, our real grandchildren? Does he know? He doesn't even care. He might know. Bro, don't. He's just glad to have somebody, man. This is actually so nice. This is actually so nice. Like, this is. Oh, man. He's involved in something. Oh, yeah, they are. That they are. Isn't that basically what Ryder told him? He might kind of snap on him, but Waver might kind of. No? Is he kind of starting to see it as a little futile that he rushed into this? Oh. Oh, man. We have not seen this place. Budo Temple. Oh, boy. Boy, must be. Got the bangs. Monsters. I don't think it's this sleigh line. Or this war, at least. Hmm. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. I think that's it. It's the City Hall. And he's going to launch that frontal assault. And it's going to burn. That's all the company he needs. That's not true. That's all he has, though, really. Is he going to let her go, or is he going to hit the wait? Say something. Saber kind of seems to be expecting it. Saying a word. Where are we? Great Holy Grail? I think that's what it's called. The Big Kahuna Grail. Is this where it was? Ah, never mind. Nothing that big. Yeah, it's coming. Yeah, he does. There's gonna be some light work. That's facts. You're getting exposed. Are you just gonna take this, Kira? Yikes. World peace. Would take away Kiri's only form of entertainment, huh? Oh. He wants to get rid of it. He knows that much. That's what makes him the exact opposite of Kirei. Oh, is this the kill? She about? I think she's actually dying. Oh, her arm snapped like a twig. That's all he needed. I don't think that's quite how that goes. I'm gonna smash the grail. No, I'm gonna smash the grail. They started beefing over who would destroy it first, I guess. Boy, nocturnal. Can't blame him though, given the situation. Reaching the final stage. It's night. Oh man. That's absolutely true, but no cap detected. What is that? Is that the grail? Like, beginning to show up, or 4 and 7? Not quite. Here we go. We're stepping into it. I really hope Waver doesn't bite the dust, man. Isn't that thing gone? Ah. Chariot's gone, but he still has his horse. Double wait. Boy said no. No, stop. Put some respect on your name. Dang. That's all of them. No reason for him to go in now. Think he cares? He's bringing you. Exactly. He was trying to get an out. So I'm going to bring you into a life-threatening situation and probably get you killed. Probably not, but possibly. What's that? You have, Waver. Put some respect on your name. Boy, below his nose. Hey. He's going with. I respect it, man. You love to see that. Let's do it. He saw that. I mean, it's gonna have to bait everyone, though. I mean, you can't exactly say no. If they're summoning the grail, you know? I mean, surely it's not that simple, but it's about to come to a head. Yeah. Yeah, he is. It's all you really can do, but he'll fight him off. Here it goes. Man, I'm looking forward to this. The final battle. None. He just wants to box Kiritsugu, that's all. His natural enemy. I think he knows at this point, but smoked. I guess it was only natural. I mean, she was gonna die either way, but the fact that he did it by his, like, he did it personally. Man. Whoa. What is this? I mean, it looks like a bunch of other homunculuses. It's like, is this what it looks like to them? Stop. Don't do that to me. This is that would be nice, huh? That would have been nice. Now the contents pour in. What, they're gonna swallow her. Yep. Saying is cursed. What? That the last we're gonna see of Iris? Well, I guess no. But oh. This song is really creepy. Jeez. Was that the OP in like a distorted like is that like a distorted version of the OP? It kind of sounded like it. Just gonna wait for this. All right. We're here now. We're here, man. Um, I don't have much to say. That episode was pretty straightforward. The biggest thing was Waver. I'd say. I feel like he grew a lot. Or he had a lot of like development. He's reached a point where Iskandar is willing to call him his equal, right? And they're riding out together despite him not having any command spells to bind him with. Um, and I think that's an amazing growth for him. Um, and especially this came after the talk with his grandfather, who first of all was just happy to have him there. I think that's really nice. I really hope he survives, and it'd be super cool to see them again. But he kind of said, you get old and you realize nothing's worth dying for. Um, and he's kind of thinking about that because that's what Ryder was saying. And what if this Grail isn't real, right? Like, I feel like that had to be going on in his head, and he's still willing to ride out with Ryder here. He's still proud to be able to ride into this final fight with Ryder, even if it might not mean anything, like, even if it could be pointless. I think that's a lot of growth for him. I really enjoyed Waver. Um, I this won't be the last we see of him, obviously, but I've really enjoyed his whole arc, man. Um, we also had Iris and Kirei's dialogue was the other main thing, right? Um, Kind of discussing who Kiritsugu is and who Kirei is and how they're so different and how they'll never be the same. And it basically boiled down to Kiritsugu, he has happiness and he's willing to get rid of it for the sake of his ideals. Whereas Kirei just can't even obtain this happiness, right? And he can't believe somebody would throw this all away over and over, would let the ones he loves die over and over, right? And there's just, they are like naturally opposite. That's the thing, right? And especially, well, I mean, I think it's even worse that he thinks his ideals are completely foolish, right? Right? That it's not possible and shouldn't be possible to stop all conflict because that's like, humanity at its base. That's what we are, right? There will always be conflict, right? And so you shouldn't even get rid of it. So they have a difference in ideals, and Kirei also just thinks it's stupid to like he can't comprehend that he is following these ideals to the point where he's willing to kill those he loves. He killed Natalia. He brought Iris into this. She died, right? Maya, she died, right? Like, I mean, even his own dad, he killed him. Like, it's like Kiritsugu, he struggles to obtain this happiness, and Kiritsugu throws it away. Right? Is what it boils down to. And this is stuff we already knew, but it's seeing this happen again and it being reiterated. It's just as amazing. I love Kirei. I love Kiritsugu and how they clash. Like I love those two characters, man. I really do. Overall, this was a good setup episode. Not much happened, but it's about to get real. That's what we know. I'm looking forward to it. I hope you guys are as well. Let's go ahead and pull the next episode up. All right, we are on episode 23. Go ahead and pull that up for those of you who are following along. We're going to go ahead and begin the countdown. There's not much to say. We're going to jump into this. It's about to get crazy. That's all I can say. All right, let's go ahead and jump in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. It's about to get intense, man. I'm looking forward to it. Let's get a shot of where everyone's at. Oh, they're going across the bridge right now. Oh, is that Berserker? Gilgamesh. Okay. Gilgamesh gonna meet them on the bridge. So Saber might fight Berserker at the same time. At least he's honest to himself. Yeah, I'm scared, but here he is. He's going into it. Time for the face-off. Oh, Saber rolling up. Literally. Saber on a motorcycle, still the funniest thing to me, and I love it. Bro, Berserker's finna jump scare you. That was exceptionally close. Yikes. I think this is actually, this melody right here kind of sounds to me like what was playing at the end of the last episode when we saw Iris and the Grail. Oh, I completely forgot to talk about that. Well, I guess we'll quickly talk about it real quick. We already knew the Grail is tainted. But now Iris has realized that. She realized she's the vessel for a tainted Grail. That's as bad as it gets, right? Your whole life was taken away to be this vessel for a miracle device that is tainted. It's got to be my favorite part of the OP. Even in death, he's there for her. She's there for him, is what I meant to say. Last I checked, Kiritsugu doesn't die here. And support Iris. I don't know. Maybe we got the alternate Fate Zero. Fire OP. I hope they play it for the last 2 episodes, man. I'm just enjoying it every time it comes up, because I don't know when the last time they're going to play it is. Some shows don't do the OP for the last episode. Yeah, that thing got Excaliblasted. Interesting. Gotta have some belief. Sharing some respect as kings. Oh god. King of Kings not taking no allies, bro. Oh, I forgot his name. But yeah. I think that they can agree on. I like just the respect they got here. Gilgamesh is like still really cocky, but like he still has that air of like respect here. It's super cool to see what he was like before being tainted by the Grail, you know? Yeah, I'd say so. He's cracked. He had too much faith in him for that. He even gave the get the Holy Grail and then the The conquer the world command spell. He's letting himself be drawn in. He's willing to face them head on. Oh my. Gilgamesh, so cocky, as always. He's gonna dice them up with that Gate of Babylon. Waver even screaming too, bro. Put some respect on Waver. Here we go. It's time for their fight. What is in his hand? What are you shooting? That boy got like a 50 cal? He does! What? Yeah, not anymore. Oh, now he's got the minigun. This dude stays strapped. He learned from Kiritsugu. That actually didn't look like a minigun. But, boy, learned from Kiritsugu. It's too much for Karya, though. There's no way she's actually there. I'm not gonna give you that thing, bro. God. At what price, though? I mean, now he's kind of gone, but why did... Haha, yeah, something like that. Yeah, he's just imagining things. Ugh. Yeah, no one's really there. But the fact that he's going berserk, probably adding to Berserker. He's going insane. Or Karya, man. I really do feel for him. Was that really better cover than what you had before? Does this guy not need to reload? Smart. Never mind, that is definitely better cover. We got the MP5. Oh. Yikes. This is going to be a problem, huh? He just stopped it with his hands? That boy just stopped Excalibur with his hands. Oh, man. I'd say so. Seems most likely to me. Boy's like, I don't care. Like, does he care? Is she recognizing it? She has to. She has to be. She knows exactly who this is. Yikes. Helmet is off. Okay, so it is somebody she knew. Lancelot. Yikes. I don't remember the whole legend, but I'm guessing Lancelot, like... Isn't Lancelot one of the ones that left? Yeah. That boy just here to fight Saber. Looks like it. So this is personal. I mean, I figured as much. That had to be personal the way he was going after her this whole time. And Gilgamesh gonna solo it. Uh oh. Ooh. Given Iskandar's backstory, that's particularly potent. What the? What even is that? Oh, it's around Earth. Now, I know what that is. Is that his way to summon it? Goodbye, everything. Ain't no way they get out of this. That boy just split the Earth. Iskandar got over it, but no one else. He just breaking this thing? He's just destroying it. He said, dang, nice one. No. Yeah, you got countered. I literally got hard countered. You gotta go, bro. You don't stand a chance. You got hard countered, I'm sorry. Waver. Come on, at least let Waver survive. Iskandar. Oh, okay, they left. It closed. There's no reason to keep it open anymore. It kind of smoked it. So now they're on Gilgamesh's terrain with his one advantage gone. Riders. That's respect. That's respect when it comes to Iskandar. No one updated dream. Get out of here. Live. God. Yep. He'd survive. That's what he's saying. Yep. And of his dream. Gilgamesh can interrupt this. No, he didn't. I really thought he was gonna be like, how pitiable or something. He's repeating it to himself, man. He doesn't stand a chance. This is suicide, man. But he's got too much pride. He's he's doing all right. Oh, there goes the horse. Oh no. Last charge. Boy's making it through. Sort of. He's taking damage. We know he's not going to get there, but I feel like he's going to fall just short, isn't he? I mean, actually, there's nothing to say he can't get there, but just short. The chains. Oh my god. Yep. Yeah, through the chest. There goes Iskandar. God. I'll have another chance. This Gilgamesh is a lot more reasonable. Which makes sense, obviously, but dang, there goes Iskandar. What, it's final view of the sea? Or is he dreaming of Okeanos? There he goes, man. Without a doubt, he wasn't perfect, but I really did like Iskandar, man. Is Gilgamesh gonna let him live? Oh no, don't do this. Come on. No, stop. I suppose he does, but he also was given the duty of living on, spreading his dream. Is Gilgamesh gonna allow it? Looks like it. Waver gets to live, it looks like. This Gilgamesh is a lot more reasonable. Or Waver, though. There goes Iskandar. Imagine next episode we're gonna see the conclusion of that fight. I think he's summoning the Grail. Oh, are they about to face off? Is it time? Kiritsugu and Kirei, Saber and Berserker. Ooh, sheesh. This was a good episode. Like I said, man, it's hard to talk during this because my headphones you actually can hear my headphones probably. You can hear the song. I'm worried about somehow getting copyright struck for that. Even though there's no way they'd pick that up. Right? You'd think. We'll just enjoy it instead. Give it a second. Everything about Iris and Kiritsugu really is quite tragic, though. All right, amazing episode. Not much else you can say. First of all, the Lancelot reveal. It adds up. It makes a lot of sense, right? Um, I was right to assume that this was somebody that knew Saber and had a problem with how Saber. I mean, had a problem with Saber in general. In this case, with how Saber ruled, right? Which makes a lot of sense, and it ties into Iskandar's criticisms exactly of Saber. Right or wrong, that was Lancelot's problem with her in a lot of ways. Well, I thought Lancelot's problem was that she didn't understand human emotion, but could have been both. Either way, point is, this is literally personal between these two now, and I think I'd imagine we're gonna see the resolution of that next episode. We're also going to see Kirei and Kiritsugu get to fighting, I'd say. So next episode is very exciting, but this one as well was amazing. Iskandar in Waver. I mean, hold on. Hair in my mouth, gross. Iskandar and Waver, they got to the conclusion of their arc, right? They led a valiant charge, but it wasn't enough, right? His Ryder's Noble Phantasm was nothing in comparison to Aya, you know? That thing just annihilated his reality marble. Wait. If Aya annihilates reality marbles, how in God's name does Shiro defeat him on Unlimited Blade Works? Why does he not just use that thing? Does he? Am I remembering wrong? Because I swear he straight up 1v1'd Gilgamesh in that reality marble. And then got some help from Archer, of course, right? But like, if it was that simple for him to break a powerful reality marble, how did he not just do that to Shiro's? Maybe I'm just misremembering something. Maybe he did do that. I don't know. But either way, he annihilated Ryder's reality marble. And he had to make that final charge through the Reign of Noble Phantasms. And as always, he's stopped short of his goal, right? And he's awakened from his dream, in the words of Gilgamesh, right? I'm I mean, it's a tragic end for Iskandar, right? To be so close to reaching his goal once again and failing, being held back, defeated. Um, but of course, one of his final actions was to make to tell Waver he's like officially his subject, right? And to live on, right, and spread his dream, right. And of course, Waver listens to this, and because of it, his loyalty, he's spared by Gilgamesh. I guess he's a lot more reasonable. I've said that a few times, but he's a lot more reasonable in Fate Zero. I feel that in Fate Stay Night, he would not have hesitated to brutally murder Waver there. But that's the end of Waver's arc. Look like, unless he does something really tremendously stupid, it looks like he's going to get to live. Maybe we will get to see him again. That's an exciting thought. But what a great episode. I'm looking forward to the next two, man. Let's go ahead and move on to the next episode. Go ahead and pull it up. All right, episode 24 has been pulled up. Let's just jump right into it. Go ahead and sync it up. And this episode is going to have some... I have a feeling it's going to have some amazing moments. I mean, Berserker has to be defeated here, right? So that's going to be some fun. And Kira and Kiritsugu going to fight? I'm almost positive Kiritsugu caps Kirei. And because Kirei, like, unless I'm somehow remembering everything wrong, he was dying. He was about to die. He was going to die, like shot through the heart, right? And the grail pours into him and saves his life. But like, you know, it leaves him like tainted. So I'm looking forward to seeing that as well. But let's go ahead and jump into this episode. Go ahead and sync it up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Let's get it. Oh man. Oh, they got a room for this duel. I know he's different and can block these bullets, but to an extent, right? But we've seen how different Kiritsugu is, Loki. We get to hear it at least one more time, man. All right, let's go. Mm-hmm. We're so close to the end. I can't believe it. God, seeing Iskandar and Waver together hurts so much. Iskandar wasn't perfect, but I really enjoyed him as a character. I think he added a lot to this anime. I don't agree with every one of his morals, but or how forceful he was, but like he was an enjoyable character, and his impact on Waver I loved. And I love this part of the OP. I always say that. Ah, man. All right, let's get it, man. All right. Yeah, this one too. Let's get it here. He's falling apart, bro. Oh, she just gets shanked? It would seem so. That's an origin bullet? Yeah, it was. All right. He blocked the origin bullet. Ugh! Dodge that kick. It's fire. This is what we've been waiting for, because he was using the grail, it seemed. Using the command spells, yep. Playing around the origin. Boy's showing off a little bit. Yeah, that's true. You're gonna use like all his origin bullets. Yeah, he just read that. Okay, boy, simply different. How fast is he moving? That's gonna be a mean punch. Let us not forget, these are the punches Shiro was tanking. I mean, he was in a weakened state at that point, but like, he was tanking these things. Ooh! Our hero's taking a beating. Ah, no, here comes the grail. Great, you gotta love it. What an... This should be an amazing moment, but... Did he get clipped? You know how different you gotta be to block those with your arm? Another one? This didn't work last time. He's doing it again. Is he accounted for this? Hit his hand. Oh, is it doing its work? Messed his arm up, at least. That thing, that's a goner. Yeah, not blocking that with your arm. Yeah, it is. Yeah, you better get near Saber, bro. That boy got a suicide grenade. He's tripling now. Yotsuga wasn't ready for that. You beating him over the head with that? Here's the dark, twisted contents of the grail overflowing. For somebody who's at an enormous disadvantage in close range, you sure are fighting a lot in close range. And he's defending against that knife with ease. Aren't you at triple speed? Square. Got his leg. He has to be accounting for this, right? Like Kirei does? That grail, man. Actually seeing the grail and oh, what, the content's pouring onto them? Like, sounds like somebody got shanked. Uh-oh. Arya's falling over. Oh, Berserker got shanked. Oh, we barely got to see that fight. Oh, gonna get a talk between them now. In Lancelot's eyes, she hasn't changed at all. That situation was dealt with a lot faster than I expected. It's inside of the grail. Oh, back on the island. Oh, that's messed up. There's got to be like a fever dream. No, yeah, it's not a fever dream. That was stupid. He's on the grail. He's seeing that black sun. He's got to be realizing that something's wrong. You best keep Angermayu out of this. So who is this? Is this Angermayu or? So I'd say that is Angermayu. Yep. Hmm. Can't be good though. So flashback time. Realizing what the Grail truly is, though. Fight his way out. Sacrifice one group for the other. Looks like they already knew his answer. Yeah, it seems like it. I'd say so. What? And it's just gonna keep going. It's like a point on how lesson on how pointless his mentality is. What's he gonna do? We all know. Jeez. I feel like this just got to be a lesson on like what the end result of. I think that's the point. I mean, that's his mindset. But it never ended. I mean, that's accurate. Hmm. I mean, I suppose that's true, but what is the point? That somebody will always rise and take their place? I feel like that's part of the point, at least. Ooh. Ooh, that's such an apt comparison. Why had I never considered that? He's already condemned two of them. Oh, is this where he finally realizes? This is where he finally realizes he can't do it. Well, I got bad news because you're not going to be very happy. And now he's forsaken his wish. Because he's realized the price. And now it's you. Oh, man. That's what it is. Jesus. That's what was going on in his mental. Good Lord. He did. Simple calculus for Kiritsugu, not a sudden change in mentality. Oh, he didn't even say no. He just shot him. Oh no, I can't watch this. It's gonna be hard to watch her actually get betrayed. Yeah, I feel that's an apt description. I knew he was gonna say that. He might be more reasonable, but he's still a creep. Yeah, good one. Psych. She's not having it. Goodness, she's kind of getting messed up. Yikes. Oh no. No. on the Holy Grail. Being 100% sure. Or Saber. God. I mean, right now she can't possibly understand. She was so close. God. Some of the events that we've been waiting for finally happened to this episode. Man. This is probably the last time for this outro, so we're just gonna enjoy it. Ah, man. Alright, there's the penultimate episode. And, I mean, what an episode it was. Got the fight between Kiritsugu and Kirei, and I mean, it was pretty awesome. With the origin bullets and him using the command spells as his mana source and the time speed up and Kiritsugu getting smashed. Right? And that fight was amazing. And then Berserker and Saber's fight ended a lot faster than I expected. That was a little, as a fight itself, it was a little unsatisfying, I'm not gonna lie. The conclusion of it with like even still, like even after all that, you still take up sword for such a reason, you know? I liked the conclusion, right, of that arc. But that's it for Karya. I mean, he's not dead, but he's probably going to die in the fire that's about to ensue. And then, of course, the main thing was being within the Grail itself, right? Like, Kiritsugu realizing the cost of whatever his wish was to save the world, right? Like, is, like, what did he say? I think it was right here. Yeah, 6 billion people verse 2. So it's kind of interesting to me that it wasn't like a sudden change of heart. So he realized the cost, right? Using the Grail would, to save the world, would essentially would doom everyone, right? Because I mean, first of all, that's unleashing Angramayu on the world, and it was basically showing him that by eliminating the smaller group for the bigger group, you then just create 2 more groups essentially, and it just keeps going and it keeps going, right? And there will never be an end of that smaller group to sacrifice. right, is essentially what the Grail made it boil down to. And Kiritsugu he kind of realized, like, it's essentially, I can save this world, right? I can use the Grail for my wish to save the world, potentially, bring back Irie and save Ilya. Or maybe it means Irie and, like, I don't know, it might have meant Maya, right? Bring her back. Either way, two of his, but it would cost the world, right? And now in his eyes, saving the way to save the world is to deny this Grail. So for quite a while, it seemed to me like Kiritsugu had this sudden change, right? When he realized, he realized what the Grail was, and I suppose I should have always realized that if he realized what the Grail was, right, then, well, I think I even did realize, like, it was heroic what he was doing, right? He was saving the world, but I guess I'd never thought that he might have had, like, a noble goal before, and that might be his plan. Because to me, it was he had a sudden change of heart, realized what this would do, and was like, no, I must save the world. But that was always his plan. But this is how he's saving the world, is by not dooming everybody and using the Grail to do what he thought was saving the world, right? To wish for that miracle, right? And to save his world as well. So, it's really quite tragic that, he realized the Grail is tainted and he holds fast to his ideals. And then he smokes Kirei. Just no mercy. And then, of course, the fight between Saber and Gilgamesh. And then the command spells, the betrayal. And Saber's forced to use Excalibur on the Grail. This is such a hard scene. It feels so bad for Saber. The way she's, like, screaming. You gotta feel for her, man. I thought this was another amazing episode. Man. I feel like, I don't know. What more is there to say? A lot of this is stuff that we knew happened. It was just kind of interesting seeing Kiritsugu realize that the Grail is tainted and evil and that he has to destroy it, right? That's a lot of what it boiled down to. But man, that was another great episode. Honestly, I really enjoyed that. Let's go ahead and jump into the final episode, though. Pick up from the destruction of the Grail into presumably the fire. We'll see how it ends. I honestly don't know. Like, maybe we get a resolution to Waver. We see Shiro. I don't know. We'll see. Let's go ahead and jump into it, though. Go ahead and pull up episode 25. Episode 25, man. Here we are. It's time for the finale of Fate Zero. I'm super excited to see this, man. We know a good chunk of what's probably going to happen, but I'm super excited to just get the chance to see it. So go ahead and sync your videos up for the last time, and let's go ahead and start this final countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, I guess we're going to get to see this again anyways. I just replayed this. Oh, man. I can only imagine what she's feeling in this moment. Ooh, dang. She's awfully hard on herself. Annihilating that thing. And oh no. And now the fire's gonna start. And Gilgamesh is gonna get drenched in the mud. Oh God. Oh no. Oh man, all over Gilgamesh. The contents poured forth anyways. Now the earth around it is getting scorched. Did she just feel? Did she realize what he did, or? God, stop. The fire rampaging. This is exactly what Kiritsugu didn't want. And he's running in to do something. He's just tanking that to save someone. No. He's desperately trying to save something. This is so tragic. I mean, of course we knew this was happening, but if only. Only that's how it went. Stop. Feels like they want me to cry. Feels like they're trying to bait me into doing that. Oh, there's Karia. He's not dead yet. He's gonna try to get her out of there, but hey, I bet he's gonna get killed by Zoken. No way. Oh no, this can't end well. Oh, this is all a delusion. There's no way. I wish. It's all a delusion. Oh, is what? Just die on the stairs? No. Yeah. It's quite unfortunate that she's feeling that way and recognizes that, but not wrong. Oh, okay. To the very end, man. Was that mud? Wait, butt naked. I guess it makes sense. mean, it must have. I suppose it is. I suppose it is, huh? You about to smile? Like he is. Yep. He's enjoying this, bro. And he's loving it. Well, he's going crazy. You think this is enough for him? He has some orphans to kill. Like, actually, he does. I knew he was going to say that. Sometimes scriptwriters are so predictable. I mean, that's what he does. He spends the rest of his life searching for answers. He's not done yet. He's not even worried about that. He's just looking for someone. Looking for his salvation. Well, that's Cap. Clearly quite bothered. Oh no. Here it is, Shiro's perspective. I knew we'd see this. God, seeing this animated. Oh no. God. There it is. The countdown's over. So what, are we flashing forward now? A little bit. Oh, we are getting the conclusion for Waiver. Not really. Grandpa has to know that's a lie. No, it's not that simple. Yeah, it would have. He wants to stay. Oh man. That boy winking. Is he up there, the grandpa? Gotta be. Oh no, it's just Ryder's mess. Still not cleaned up. That's a good question. So, like, you never even end up playing it. You're gonna have left him something. I feel like he did, didn't he? Oh my goodness, a shirt at least. God, man. This is Tokiomi's funeral. Yikes. Kirei's doing it. That's cap. That's not cap though. That is true. You're not dead? Just oh, just a cripple. Yikes. She's a vegetable. Wow. She is yikes. She's messed up. Yikes. This is horrible. A lot. He's just inheriting that entire house. He's parentless. Like, This is actually the most vile thing I think you could have done. See, this looks like an honest-to-God gift, but... And I slayed him with it. Oh yeah, it was his, alright. This is actually so messed up. He's smiling. Boy, he knows. He's not smiling because she's happy, bro. He's smiling because he's like, hee, I killed him with this. You're a messed up person, Kirei. I love you for that. Oh, Saber's back to that hill again. Until she's next summoned. I really feel like that should have been a more dramatic fight. Desired judgment. Dang. There's all these doubts, even though Lancelot. God. Even despite his final words, she still had all her doubts. That, God, many times. Yeah, gotcha. Okay. I mean, of course I know that, but God. 5 years later, oh, we're skipping. No. Stop. Don't do this. Don't you dare. God. This Roshiro's taking that up. Oh no. You gotta be kidding me, man. Oh no, the song too. Are you serious? You can finally die in peace. And finally, bro. God. This is a really nice song. I'm just letting it play, man. Well, that's it. Hey, well, here we are with yet another Fate Media. Um, we'll start with my opinion on the episode, and then we'll try to get a quick look at the last four, and then of course the show as a whole. So let's start. I really enjoyed this episode. Things we've been waiting to see for ages finally happened. I mean, the destruction of the Grail, the mud raining. The fire, like, just we've waited so long for that, and to see Shiro get saved. That's one of the things I wanted to see. You know, I really wanted to see, and just these flashbacks, seeing Ilya's flashback, so tragic, man. That see Karya's final delusion that he saved them. In his heart, his final moments, that's what he was seeing. That he was able to see them. In reality, he was powered by the worms in front of Sakura, who was apathetic. I even called him foolish, right? You can't betray him. You can't betray Zoken. It's how it is, you know? Ugh. All of that. Yeah, he's collapsed. Is Kirei finally like committing to finding all of these answers, of course, which we know has to happen, right? Because he's still searching in Stay Night, and he wants to birth Angra Mayu. He wants to create that creature who wants nothing but to kill and suffering, you know, like, he wants to believe something like that can be born into this world. Make him feel better about himself, frankly, right? Like, the answer is he a mistake? If something like that's allowed to be born, then he wasn't, right? I mean, that's just Kirei's character kind of as a whole, right? And, you know, he's finally dedicated to going down that path to what we know in Fate Stay Night. Why is the video stuck? That's less than ideal right now. Alright, the video died for some reason, but this is just horrifying. But, of course, we just finished talking about Kirei and his, like, ramblings into insanity, and saw Shiro get saved, man, and, like, that was just an amazing moment, getting to see this and seeing the words that we'd seen from Stay Night, you know. It was almost as if, like, he was the one being saved, not me. And it's just saying that. It was just amazing. You know, I was so happy to see this. Of course, I knew I would, but seeing it animated was just amazing, man. And especially after this journey Kiritsugu's been through, he was glad to have found someone. Literally, like Shiro said, he didn't. At least one person survived this tragedy. The end of Waver's arc, him finally beginning to expand his horizons, right? He's staying with them for a while, right? I think that's super cool. I think we could easily see him in Hollow Ataraxia. And if he's not in Hollow Ataraxia, I would be willing to bet he's in, like, a decent amount of side content. Like, I really like the conclusion of his arc. I kind of already talked in length about a bit about Waver and my thoughts on him. But his bit in this episode was really nice. Seeing him, you know, expand his horizons, decide to stay here with people who want him there, you know, and Shirk's school and those final mementos of Ryder. Now, Rin's ending, that was just tragic. That was just horrible. The funeral, right, of her father, and then dragging her vegetable mother in, who doesn't understand that Tokiomi's dead and that Sakura's gone. Poor Aoi, man. She suffered enough, but now she's stuck in this state. And then Kirei says, you know, he's got to go away for a while, leaving a little girl to lead this family, right? No help, anything, right? And his parting gift is the dagger he killed her father with. And that's just all kinds of horrible, man. Goodness. Saber's final moments. Seeing Saber back on that hill, and her back and forth. The back and forth with her and Lancelot, right? Her doubting herself, and Lancelot essentially saying she was the best king, right? And that... Hold on. Let's just replay this. We're going to speed it up a bit, but 2x. He couldn't forgive himself, and Arthur never judged him for it. She was too kind, really, I guess. And he wanted some form of atonement for what he did, right? And that's why he felt mad, or became mad like that, right? But she's feeling these feelings of, like, no worth. Like, not worthy. And it's reaffirming that she's gonna win the Grail. And Lancelot saying, all those who served under you felt that you were the greatest of all kings, right? And then Saber at the same time is like, she shouldn't have become king, right? And so this kind of shows, I mean, it's just, Saber is like vulnerabilities, right? And her doubts. Like, she believes she shouldn't have become king and that she wasn't worthy, and she failed to secure the Grail again, and she's blaming herself for driving Lancelot to madness. And I mean, I guess in a way it was her, right? But it was the fact that she was like too righteous, right? Too idealistic. Is that really true though? I feel like in life, didn't they make it out in Stay Night? Like, I'm not trying to complain too much about her character, right, in Zero, because is it different? Yes. It doesn't bother me a crazy amount, though. But I swear her problem was that, not that she was, like, too kind, but that she didn't understand human emotion, and that she was, like, cold, and so, like, the fact that she was too righteous, I don't know, I could see it, but was that? I don't know if that's what happened. I'm just needing an explanation in the comments here. I'm kind of lost on this, and I don't want to do a bunch of research right now in the finale of this video. It's 4 a.m. I have a flight to catch tomorrow. I might some other time, but an explanation on if I'm remembering that wrong in the comments would be nice. I'm sure I'll get plenty of explanations regarding Saber's character in Fate Zero, because it looks like there's been some hot debates on this. I know I'm like way too late, but I really hope you guys have kept it civil. I hope you guys continue to keep it civil. If you haven't been keeping it civil, please keep it civil, man. I'm cool with some debate, but I'm sure there will be plenty for me to back read, and I'll be able to better form my own opinion on this, whether was it character genocide? Was it just a natural thing coming with Zero? There were certainly a lot of changes in her character, right? Some small, some bigger. A lot of them didn't bother me too much, but it's kind of, like, I kind of get influenced by these comments a bit. So when I read them, I might be like, that makes sense. Maybe this is a really bad representation of her character. Maybe I'll be like, maybe it isn't that bad, right? So I'd love to see your arguments, but please keep it civil in the comments. Because realistically, I know like there's going to be probably a Saber debate here anyways. I'm cool with that as long as you keep it civil. I'd love to hear both sides. But my point here was that I'm not sure that the righteousness was the problem, right? Wasn't it that she couldn't understand human emotion in their eyes? I literally swear I remember those exact words in Fate Stay Night. But either way, this scene is still really tragic, really hard to watch, because she's continuously doubting herself despite the way Lancelot's saying, like, you were an amazing king, right? And there were none that doubted you were the greatest of kings. And she's constantly saying, like, I should never have been king. I have to win the Grail and, like, undo this, right? I feel like no matter what, that's still tragic, right? Like, whether you like her character in this or not, it's still, her mindset is still incredibly tragic, and that was really hard for me to watch. This is so tragic. He was never able to see Ilya again because of his betrayal, his failure, right? And I mean, he tried. I guess you got to give him that. It's not like Kiritsugu up and abandoned her, right? He did try. I'd love to live in the world where Kiritsugu manages to get Ilya somehow, and Ilya and Shiro get to live a normal life together. That would be great. But, like you said, he refused to lose more. He settled down after that. He just lived a normal life, gave up the superhero dream, the champion of justice. But I hadn't even considered this possibility for the final scene, but I gotta be honest, I think the way they ended it is the best way they could have ended Fate Zero. Because in a lot of ways, Fate Zero is Kiritsugu's story, right? Most ways, really. Not to say that it's only his, but in a lot of ways, this is Kiritsugu's story. And so ending in his death is just, it's beautiful, really. Poetic. Um it, and I mean, obviously his death being just him passing his dream on and accepting, just accepting, like, basically it's my time. He's passed his dream of being a champion of justice on to Shiro. And there's Saber, I guess, getting up in the light. He can finally be at peace because his dream was passed on. I really thought that was a beautiful ending, honestly. I really did like this episode. There was, I think, a lot to like. I really enjoyed it. The past 4 episodes in a whole, I've really enjoyed. As a whole, I've really enjoyed. My biggest disappointment is I really think that fight between Berserker and Saber should have been way cooler than it was. Um, all things considered, that fight was kind of lame. It was so fragmented that even the small bits that we did see, or maybe it was just that short, that it wasn't that we missed some of it. It was just so short and so fragmented that it felt like it just ended so abruptly to me. We switched over to it. I was like, all right, let's go. We're gonna finally see this fight finish, right? We're gonna get some action, right? We might get some ideological conflict, and then just shanked. I don't know. That was a little disappointing. Was a I was yeah, I mean, that was one of my that was my biggest disappointment in the past 4 episodes, maybe even my biggest disappointment with the whole anime, honestly. We finally get the reveal that Berserker is that close to Saber as Lancelot, like, and I was like, this should be a long dramatic fight, right? Nope. Nope. Not at all. And I was just like, oh, okay, I guess. But I mean, the way Iskandar went out was amazing, right? The fight between Kiritsugu and Kira was amazing. Seeing the inner workings of the Grail and what Kiritsugu's wish really would entail, and then him making that decision to actually save the world by not making his wish to save the world, right? Because of what it would really do to humanity, right? Like what what it would do. Angramayu and like his mentality, and that's how his wish would manifest, right? And so he had, I guess, change of heart, right? To a degree. I mean, he kept the same end goal, but he wasn't willing to use the Grail for it. He was willing to sacrifice his family for the sake of the world, which was amazing. And then obviously the Grail gets destroyed. Poor Saber getting betrayed there. I mean, it was for the best, but she doesn't know that at the time, of course. Man. And the fire, and then everything I just described in this episode. I really enjoyed the last 4 episodes. Some of my favorites in the whole show. But let's go ahead and move on to my thoughts regarding Fate Zero as a whole. This might be a hot take. This might be a surprise to some of you. I loved Fate Zero. If I had to give it a number rating, this is a totally arbitrary number, but I'd give it like a 9 out of 10. It wasn't perfect, but it was really good, and I enjoyed almost the whole thing. Besides maybe like the episode moment in episode 8, and that I was not vibing with when Saber let Lancer go save his master, and the Berserker fight being a little disappointing, I thought. I don't know. I still feel like I somehow missed something in that fight, but I don't know what I would have missed. But anyways, besides those 2 moments, I enjoyed pretty much everything regarding Fate Zero. The animation was amazing. The music was amazing. I really liked the writing. Before he pulled out the pitchforks, I'll explain in a second, all right? Music, writing, animation, just getting to see some of these moments that we already knew too, and I really enjoyed the characters. Again, hold on, don't pull out the pitchforks. So one of the big things is one of the complaints I've seen a lot is that it's like too dark, too edgy. Is it? Yes, absolutely. It is very dark, very edgy. I don't mind that though. I think maybe Castor was a little overkill. Maybe. I thought Castor was mainly a plot device. It was a weird one. Him and Ryunosuke. I'm not gonna lie, they were weird. That was unnecessary, but it's fine in the moment. Like, it was fun to watch. I guess it was kind of cool seeing such a big calamity happen, right? Because of the Holy Grail War and everybody having to deal with that. I'm sure they. I don't know. Still, it is dark and edgy. The killing kids thing. I don't blame anyone for not liking that, but I didn't mind it. And beyond that, I liked a lot of the other moments because a lot of them came with Kiritsugu, and I feel like that's kind of we knew we were in for that. That's kind of who we understood Kiritsugu to be. Such as what he did to Kenneth, right? That fit perfectly with my understanding of Kiritsugu as a character based off of Fate Stay Night, like from Saber at least, regarding his performance in this war. So that criticism really didn't bother me that much. The other two big ones are Kirei's writing and Saber's writing. That's what I hear a lot. Kirei's writing, I didn't mind it. So don't get me wrong, I loved Kirei's writing in Fate Stay Night, and I really do think that it differs in Fate Zero a lot. I think that, and I'd agree. One of my commenters, I think it's Wise, Full of Death, I believe that's who it is, has mentioned that they don't like how it kind of makes his wife kind of feel pointless. I want to make it clear, I agree with that. I fully do. I don't like that aspect of it. But I kind of accept it for what it is. And I guess to me it's kind of like I'm looking. I feel like I'm gonna sound really rude if I'm saying I'm looking beyond that. I'm not trying to be. For me, I'm looking past that fact that I don't like that. I think that is I really liked the fact that he found his answers with his wife, right? And Fate Zero does kind of discredit that. But Fate Zero, for me, it's kind of, that's just because they wanted Fate Zero to be an entry point, and I think it was very successful at that entry point. So they had to make some changes for that. They had to make Kirei an interesting character, and one of the best ways to do that was to have him go through his arc in Fate Zero. And I think it actually works really well, especially it explains why he meshes so well with Gilgamesh, and Gilgamesh kind of egging him on to do this. It makes a lot of sense, right? And I didn't mind it at all. Don't get me wrong, I adore his Fate Stay Night writing, and I like it more, right? I do. But I don't actively dislike his Fate Zero writing at all, right? Like, if this is a character that I had seen before Fate Stay Night, I still would have loved this character. Are they different? Yes. Am I a fan of the fact that they had to be different? Not really. I wish they could have been the same. But I can respect the fact that this was meant as an entry point for a lot of people, and so that was a change that just had to be made. The other big one that I see, though, is Saber, and I'm just going to be honest. I got, like, I'm claiming ignorance on this one. I think it's just been too long since I played the Fate route. Because I keep going back and forth. Because I don't know if you guys have heard, but a lot of my arguments regarding Saber, I'm like, what? I don't think she'd do that. And I'm like, I don't remember any time she did this, or... And then, what, did she? Maybe she did, right? I feel like that's happened quite a few times. I just think I don't remember the Fate route well enough. I need to look back at her character, and get a proper understanding again. Maybe that's one that kind of... Because, I don't know. I didn't think I checked out the Fate route. Maybe I did. And some of that stuff was just going over my head. But... I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. I'm claiming some ignorance there. I would love to hear some explanations on why people feel the way they do. I'm sure whether I asked or not, I was getting them, right? And I'm fine with that as long as we keep it civil. But I'd love to hear these explanations, because some of my biggest problems is I did feel like she suddenly became too honorable, right? Part of my thing was Saber and Fate Stay Night. Was she an honorable knight? Yeah, to an extent. but she was willing to take on 2-on-1s, ambushes, right? Like, you know, stuff like that. That's not something an honorable knight would do. But at the same time, she was going to give her name to Sasaki Kojiro after he gave his name, but then she ended up not, partially because of him, is my understanding. That's one of the comments I read. But I got to be honest, I actually did vaguely recall this and searched for it and couldn't find it. But I searched in the wrong fight is why. Oops. I actually do vaguely recall this. So her giving up her name like that doesn't bother me as much anymore. She does feel a bit more reckless regarding Irisville, but that's not ruining anything for me. Honestly, like, is it weird? Yes, but it doesn't ruin the anime for me. The biggest one is episode 8, where she lets Lancer escape and save his master. That felt like something that really didn't need to happen, and I'm not sure if I can see Fate Stay Night Saber doing that. That's one of the big ones for me. I feel like the biggest thing is, though, is do her ideals, as described by everyone here, do they really match what we know of Saber and like and her shortcomings? I don't know, and she was, I guess, a lot more emotional than you would have expected in like the Grail banquet, but so I can see why Saber fans are bothered. I can, right? I can't say it bothered me enough that it ruined the anime for me, but I'd love to hear some arguments on this. I'm sure I could be swayed both ways. I think right now I'm just kind of claiming neutrality on this one. Maybe some people wanted to hear me take a hard stance, but I'm not going to take a hard stance when I don't think I remember enough about her character to actually take a hard stance on this, man. Because I'd rather just claim ignorance than take a hard stance and just have wrong information, you know. So I'd love to hear some arguments in the comments. Again, please keep it civil. But and then about the characters as a whole, most of the characters I really enjoyed. Kiritsugu, I really liked Kiritsugu. For some reason, I came in with an impression that'd be a hot take, but I really like Kiritsugu. I like his parallels to Shiro. I like that. I like his, like, seeing where his cold-blooded mentality came from, and then, despite that, he still had this dream that he was trying to champion, and champion to the end, really. And until that dream was passed on, he wasn't willing to pass on himself, right? Until Shiro accepted that dream, he didn't, like, he was not at peace. I really enjoyed Kiritsugu's character. Seeing it, because we kind of knew who he was going to be, and I feel like they added some unique elements that I really enjoyed. While showing what I expected. I really enjoyed him. I've given my stance on Kirei. Saber is Saber. Like I said, I kind of claimed ignorance there. Like, I feel like I could take a hard stance, but I just don't have enough information. I would need to look a bit more at the source material. I enjoyed her for what she was in Fate Zero. I enjoyed her screen time. But it's more, how well does she match with the Fate Stay Night counterpart? And I'd need to look at her Fate Stay Night counterpart more to fully understand that. But I feel like a simple argument that I don't know. You could argue she was changed because of the events of this war, but is that who she was before this war? And that's the debate, right? Might just be as simple as different circumstances. I hope I don't get roasted for kind of taking neutrality here. Like I said, I need to look at her character a bit more before making a stance there. But so that's my thoughts on Sabers. Iris, I didn't mind her. She was mainly a plot device, but I enjoyed what screen time she did have. She reminded me a lot of Ilya, obviously. In a lot of the tragic parts of Ilya, that she never got to live her own life. She was stuck as this Grail's vessel, and died for it, without ever really living her own life. And she died. One of the tragic things about her is that she died passing on her wishes to Ilya, and I mean, we know how that goes. Not well. In 2 out of 3 routes, and in 1 out of 3 routes, it goes maybe well. If she is lucky to live a long enough life after the Holy Grail War in the Fate route. So her character really is just quite tragic. Just in the end, another homunculus in that family, the Einsburn family. man, and died realizing what the Grail was too. Just God, terrible. Maya was there. Sorry, I'm sure there are Maya fans somewhere out there, but she was just kind of there for me. Kaneth was, I mean, he was all right. He was like, he was different as a master. Like, kind of, I mean, he was kind of like Tokiomi in a lot of ways, except less interesting. Um, in the sense that he's a big mage from a big family who is like worried about like he's just standard Magus kind of. And he has that connection with the Waver, which is interesting. But a lot of the interesting things with him come from how he gets messed up by Kiritsugu. It's kind of one of the ways to display his power, really. That origin bullet, messing him up and showing how messed up that thing really is. And then all the dark things that happened to him and his wife, with how they killed them, right? And the servant, Diarmid, I mean, I kind of enjoyed him, for what he was. He kind of propagated the the saber honor thing. So if that bothers you, you probably don't like Diarmid that much. I like he kind of was there just to nerf saber. But it is what it is, I guess. In the end, he came clutch and snapped that noble phantasm like a twig. So he has that going for him. He was just kind of there. Ryunosuke and Caster, they were a strange pairing. Like I said, maybe they were a bit much. But overall, I didn't dislike them. Ryder and Waver, though, I loved Ryder and Waver. I thought they were both excellent characters. Waver got a solid arc. Ryder, he had his own unique ideologies that kind of clashed with Saber really well. And he clashed really well with Gilgamesh. And I really enjoyed that aspect of Ryder. And his Noble Phantasm was super cool to have. Alexander the Great, right? I thought his relationship with Waver was amazing. And like I said, I loved Waver and his arc. Then you have Tokiomi and Gilgamesh. Obviously, Gilgamesh is amazing. And getting to see him before he was tainted by that Grail was super cool. He was kind of like respectful. That doesn't suddenly make him some upstanding citizen. But like, he was still like disgusting, right? But like, especially regarding Saber, but the respect he had for Iskandar was actually super cool to see. And then Tokiomi, he was kind of just another Magus, but he had the key role of him and Kirei, right, working together from the shadows, and I thought that was super cool. Honestly, like, and of course he has that the beef with Karya. It's personal amongst them. And we get to see Rin because of him, so I'm taking it. Rin's moments were fun. From what we saw, well, the ending wasn't fun, but everything else was. And then Karya and Berserker. What pitiable characters. Karya in particular. You victim of Kirei. Like everything Karya suffered at the hand of Kirei and Zoken and Tokiomi, it was just so messed up, man. You can't help but feel bad for him. He tried so hard to save Sakura, man, and I mean, he wasn't enough. I mean, it takes Shiro, I guess. Actually, it takes Rin, really. Rin and Shiro. More Rin, even. That's part of my take. I think Rin is one of the big heroes in Heaven's Feel. Shiro wasn't going to be enough. I took Rin. But it took a combination of her own sister and the one she loved to save her. It was a valiant effort, Karya. It just wasn't enough, man, to overcome Zoken and inevitably Shadow Sakura too. That's a bit of a tangent, but yeah, he's still really pitiable. What he went through to try to save Sakura, man, gotta feel bad for him. And then Lancelot, Berserker, a little disappointed. with Lancelot's inclusion. I thought Lancelot had some nice moments. I thought I loved Lancelot's animation, their theme, the way they were on site with Saber, and the fight with Gilgamesh. They had cool moments. The ending was a little disappointing for me. That fight, their dying words I thought were really nice, and the way they kind of clashed with Saber at that moment, I thought that was really nice. But Berserker, I don't know how I felt about this one's Berserker. I think I liked Herc more. Definitely liked Herc more, actually. But that's pretty much all the major characters. I skipped Kirei and Assassin. Kirei. I don't need to say anything else. Just Kirei. I kind of touched on his writing a bit, but I also liked a lot of his Fate Zero exclusive moments that had nothing to do with his Fate Stay Night self, such as him murdering Tokiomi. The way he hid in the shadows and was using Assassin, I thought that was all super cool. I really liked his role throughout the whole anime. Kirei was amazing. I think Zero enhances him, even with his different writing. I think Zero enhances him as a character for the most part. Assassin was super cool. I mean, it was just Hassan again, but the kind of basically having Shadow Clone Jutsu and using them as spies was a super cool idea. And their fake out, I loved that, right? The fake out kill Assassin, and then to show Gilgamesh's power, and then use the assassins as spies in the shadows while Kirei's in a safe spot in the church. I thought that was super clever, super cool. But I mean, that's my thoughts on like all the characters. Maybe that was a little more in depth than I needed to go, but I decided to go that in depth. So I mean, that's just my thoughts on Zero. Really enjoyed it. Were there some flaws? Absolutely. Was it Fate Stay Night? No. For me, it wasn't Fate Stay Night. But I mean, that's to be expected when this work is maybe 1/10 of the length of Fate Stay Night. Roughly, right, 10 to 15%. I think it does it for what it is. It's amazing. To me, I loved almost every moment of it. I know some of you guys didn't. I know some of you guys did. But I really enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to more Fate. When this is uploaded, I'm going to be back from my trip. So, Heaven's Feel, Unlimited Blade Works are on the table. If I decide to do that soon, I might decide to do Hollow Ataraxia soon. I might decide to, because I want to completely prevent burnout for Fate. I don't want to go into Hollow Ataraxia while burned out. So if I'm not feeling it, then I might play something else. I'd love, or play or watch something else. I'd love to hear your ideas. If you guys have any, some of my thoughts were Amori or Neon Genesis Evangelion. Could both be pretty short ones. And maybe at some point take a break to play the new AI, the Somnium Files game when it comes out. But I'd love to hear your ideas on short stuff, ideally, that I could play to get a break from Fate. I also have Ace Attorney, if anyone's interested in that. I still have to go through that series. But I don't know that I will need a break from Fate, but if I decide I come back and I still do need one, right? Then just some ideas would be great. Short things. Like, I don't want you to tell me, like, Higurashi. Like, no. Right? Not right now. Right? I will. I'm super excited for that eventually. But not right now. Right? I'm not trying to start something that's going to be longer than Fate. I'm trying to start something kind of short. So if you have any ideas, I'd love to hear them. But anyways, one of the final things I want to ask of you guys is, as always, please, especially now that the series is over, leave your thoughts, feedback in the comments. If you enjoyed this, let me know. If you were kind of disappointed, first of all, sorry. I don't know. I haven't gone back and fully watched all these episodes. I really hope they came out all right. I kind of had to rush them here at the end. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. I hope the reactions were to your satisfaction. If they weren't, though, let me know. I will do my best to avoid that happening again in the future. And as always, I take any feedback. I mean, try to be constructive about it. Don't just be like a jerk. Especially as long as it's something I can fix, that'd be preferable. So, like, saying like you don't like my voice, like, that's not constructive feedback. But saying I don't like how you did this thing, right, and you do more of this or less of this, right, that's great. I'd love to hear that. especially especially if I decide to do more animes. I'd also love to hear feedback on the format itself. But that is all we have time for. I hope you guys have enjoyed the series as a whole. I just said leave feedback, so I'd love to hear what you guys have to think. But I don't know what we're gonna do next. I'll decide that when I get back. I would love to hear your ideas. We'll see. Maybe I'll just jump into Holotaraxia or one of the other Fate animes. But whatever it is, I hope to see you guys there. Peace.